organised tonight, and the tour that Aurelia's been on has been really dedicated and tireless. I'm going to read a few poems from this new pamphlet, Then Spree. The first poem I'm going to read is called In the Year 90. In the year 90, there was an angle to our gravity sprint. Steep, the terraces were pitched. Life came out best on telly, and we found out the meaning of VHS, a loop in the wind. Maggie, 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 split concrete, Victorian desks. The bribes are good, and don't put your head in a plastic bag. We knew about Saddam and Maggie, and out, out, out. And oi, we say no to Texaco. The petrol blooms, desert sprawled through with black smoke, like our own sandstone flushed black, and the stained soil in the field we called the park. We were for Texaco, but we weren't for the war, or for the flu so lurid it woke us in the gloom crying legions, legions, and I don't like Maggie either, and I'm against the war. We stuck a rose in our window, out, 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 and there was a wall on the telly you could kick down, and a baby in our own wall, so on its way we just couldn't wait. So, this next poem is called Born in a Moody Basket. Grumpy poem. Run-off rain soaks patches on my coats and trousers. The inner ear sluicing as dishwater, its commentary. Rest or reprieve yourself, move to make sense. Look up. Berries suspended in thorns are that same rackety churlish, an overspill of fluster, my lurching, a leech of sagey green. A basketry of moods and nerves and stomach enzymes caving in on themselves. Beg leave of this carvery of angles, it says. But where I tend to put my skeleton at night is the same place I shake myself awake, going nowhere. Look to your surplus air. A magnum fizz spray, ebullience at the race's end, as opposed to a quiet bobbing on a slated sea, as opposed to acts of matter, good deeds, be slick of skin, which is it to be? Some ill-thatched theorems block each other's light. Decide. Choice is a parallelogram, best made on the slant. Bubbles shrug and rush the glass. Ale and another sun end is topped off. Wasted. Now what of the frecklier sky? What next in my fidgety solstice? Heart in the headland. Observe the invisible wealth. I'm going to read, I'm quite interested in sound at the moment. There's that really interesting project called Electronic Voice Phenomenon going on at the moment. I've been really interested in general with sound and soundscape and listening. So this poem is called Field Recording in Carrigatee. And Carrigatee is just a massive rock at the seaside in Wales. But it's all about sound. And my boyfriend as well, it's for Sean, who explained quite a lot of these scientific things to do with sound that are in this poem. Resonance and passage through the black rock and water, deep in its slush, on the sub-senses, sub-surreal. The culvert floor, half sand, half oceanic entrance. Strike of matter, low notes in royal. Harking, a cold pinch of horizon through the sea hole. Turquoise on black. Waves trap air, collapse in their peak, make a million air sacs, make white water. Bubbles poised and imploded in a ping equals one sine wave, pure frequency, sound's own space. The sine wave in multiflex. White noise from the surf or old stars, carried from the edges of all. Okay, and I'll just read two more. This second to last one is called plea for a flotation. Magnus's melon seeds float on dark and weighty tomes of pond. Only a sampan built to withstand a resurrection, that troubling symbol, will do. We have pilchards at tea time with bread roses and the sod of rusks. Far and away, the barrier reef fills with ballerinas, their tendinitis and stubbed toes, and you, in possession of rusticity and rude edges, it will kill us all if you choose not to live. And my final poem, it's called How I Made It. Guess at the lights out there, in here, the light in my head, and my cold junction is likewise a body of choice. Under the torch petals are monochrome. I'm wrought of keen trees. They said there's too much wood in my ulterior motive, and that I dream of splitting logs, hairs, fortunes, that I'll never leave the 3 a.m. gardens. These monochromatic walls stripe out. No telling when the normal began. White goods awash with topsoil, hail in my mouth. When I arrived, the fairground was aching, sick of promise. The people were tame crayons. In a specially ordered fishscape, a stove was lit. They said it was about professionalisation, how you become so light in the heads. Thank you.